Hi there, Kier here, coming to you live this week with my weekly message. And this week I want to talk a little bit about what it means to create a freedom first mindset and lifestyle. And by that I mean placing freedom first. So let's define freedom. What does that mean? Freedom to me really means living your life on your terms. It means doing so, pursuing your dreams, achieving your goals, seeking and finding happiness, and doing it in a way that's uniquely you. That doesn't do it at the expense of somebody else or society or anything else, but finds a way where you're in tune and on purpose. So for me, I've spent the last few years architecting, designing, creating a lifestyle by design. One that places freedom first and foremost as my kind of value, my paramount value above all else, the hill I will die on, so to speak, to protect. By that I mean, I've created in my businesses as an entrepreneur a level of location independence, a level of freedom of schedule, a level of freedom of capital, ideas, information that is super rewarding. It is so liberating. It allows me to be mobile. Again, not just geographically and locationally. For instance, I'm spending time out west this winter, traveling, skiing safely, going to different places, seeing some friends, working remote, and doing so because I can still manage my businesses from wherever I am in the world with a laptop and with a Wi-Fi connection. So that's a concept, right? And a intentional strategy I had a few years ago, whereas can I get my businesses to operate with me from afar, with great teams and leaders and managers on the ground that I trust, that can make decisions, that have good judgment, and that allow me to still manage and be involved, but maybe not locally, maybe not boots on the ground, so to speak. The other thing I've done very intentionally that I want to inspire all of you guys to do is to create that freedom first mindset, which is the idea of placing freedom of thought, freedom of action, freedom of opinion, freedom of, again, capital, information, ideas, relationships at the center and expand out from there. So it starts with being comfortable with ourselves in our own skin, being comfortable being alone sometimes, being comfortable traveling alone, being comfortable being by ourselves, right? Finding that security, that peace of mind to be at one with our thoughts, one with our surroundings and environment, and one with nature. For me, when I combine these two things, it's allowed me to create a lifestyle and a way of living that is super rewarding, that is so enriching and inspiring, and that I never would have thought possible just a few short years ago. So right now, I want to inspire you to think this way, to think and endeavor a little bit differently. And even if you're not an entrepreneur and you don't own a few businesses or one business, it doesn't mean you can't think this way. And it doesn't mean you can't build a freedom first mindset and a lifestyle by design. Because right now, in this post-pandemic year going into 2021, there's a ton of new ways of working, new work relationships, new relationships with the office and with our boss. It's about output, productivity, and work-life balance now more than it's ever been. So it really doesn't matter where you are as long as you're getting those things done. Work responsibilities, you're still productive, and you have a good work-life balance. So you need to negotiate this, if you don't already have it, with your boss, with your higher up, right? With your team, so that you can extend some of the perks here that have come with the pandemic, work from home situation, relationship, into the future perpetually. And you see, we don't get what we don't ask for. So come up with a strategy, right? Have a good plan. Have an emotional reason on why you want to do this. Show and prove and demonstrate now how you not being in the office doesn't affect your output and performance and productivity. And then go for the ask. Be intentional. Have an emotional part to it, but a logical one as well that's backed up by fact and history. And watch. You're probably going to create that lifestyle by design you want. That more freedom and flexibility in where you work, when you work, how you work, as long as you're working and getting things done. So that's a little bit this week, just on freedom mindset, on this location independence, on creating and architecting a lifestyle by design on your terms. For me, it means being able to travel when I want. It means being able to work when I want. It means being focused on goals and objectives, not hours and increments, right? It means focused on building teams and leadership and empowering others to make great decisions, not trying to do it all myself. And it means placing freedom first in all my endeavors and all my thoughts in all my areas of life. So I hope this gave you some things to think about, maybe inspired you in a way to think a little bit differently, to try something new, And if it did, let me know. Drop me a comment, shoot me a like here, share it with somebody else who could benefit from it. And as always, to your freedom, to your happiness and success. We'll talk to you next week.